guys, Dave here from JDH Reptiles. Today we are going to discuss the 2021 season, how we fared, and what we did produce, what we didn't produce, things we hit and miss on. Kind of give you basically an end of the year walkthrough of how this year went. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps us out. Let's go ahead and get into today's video. So before I go any further, one thing I did want to say was if you use the link down below to our Morph Market page, you'll see that we do have 2 acid combos we have listed. We would like to give 2 people the opportunity to get into the acid project. If that's you and you're willing to make the investment, we're willing to invest back into you. Go ahead, send me a message, and I'll break down what kind of deal we can do to help you get this project into your collection and help you move successfully into the next year. Alright guys, so 2021 was a great year for us. Every year so far we've made strides to move forward. If you've been following us from the beginning, you'll know we decided to breed ball pythons in 2018. So starting in the 2018 year, we started collecting. We did what a lot of new people do. We bought a bunch of just everything. Hodgepodge this, 2 gene animals, no hets, a lot of males, etc. And over the last couple years, we've been able to refine that. But we still need to do a lot more because we do intend to be a boutique breeder, which means we want to have, you know, the top of the line, the best of the best. We're not chasing anybody. We're not trying to ride on anybody's coattails. We want to do our own thing, but we're not looking to sell a bunch of $200 animals. Not that there won't be some of those, because you always have some that just genetically don't hit all the odds. But we don't want to focus our business and focus our time on making a lot of lower end animals. So if you're following us, if you're wanting to move forward with your collection, we're here. We're going to help you do it the best we can. We're going to offer the best quality stuff we can. And hopefully we can keep pushing all these projects further and further, not only for ourselves, but obviously for you guys as well. So stay tuned. You know, this year was great. We had a lot of animals that were a lot of heavy hitters that we released. And next year we hope to have even more. So with that being said, this year we ended up with 29 clutches. Now, clutch 28 was a complete flop. It was 3 slugs. So we ended up with 28 viable clutches. And I'm going to go through all the numbers here. So I'm just going to look down here at my paper I've got and go through everything as I've got it. So again, 29 clutches. 28 were viable. 1 was a complete slug out. Out of the 29 total clutches, we had 208 total slugs plus eggs laid. So 208 laid. 203 of those were viable eggs. So we had 3 from 1 clutch that was a complete slug out. And then we had 2 other clutches where each one had 1 slug. So 5 slugs total out of 208 makes 203 viable eggs. One of them we tore when we were trying to separate them. We actually tore 2 eggs. One of them we were able to put tape on and it made it through the incubation. The other one, right when I tore it, I could see the embryo escape the egg. Even though it went back into the egg, it was already dead. We put it into the incubator, made it a day, and it rotted out. So that puts us at 202 animals that actually hatched or were cut, whatever you want to say. Out of those 202, we had 2 animals that didn't make it out of the egg. And as a matter of fact, it was from our second clutch. They were both crystals, and neither one of them made it out of the egg. They both died in the egg. So that was unfortunate. That puts us at 201. Then we had one of them, or sorry, that puts us at 200, sorry. Then we had one that actually crawled out of the egg and died while in the incubator. So I don't know if it was male formed or what. I really don't remember. But that puts us at 199 live animals that hatched and made it out of the incubator. From there we had one that was a failure to thrive. We tried assist feeding, it never made it, and it passed. So at the end of everything, we are at 198 live animals that were available to either hold back or sell. So 198 out of 29 clutches. We come up with just over a 7 egg clutch size average. So not too bad. I'll take that every day. We had a couple 12 egg clutches, we had a couple 11 egg clutches, some 10 egg clutches, a lot of 7 egg clutches, and we had a couple that were 4. I think 4 was our smallest clutch besides the 3 slugs. We had we had just 1 4 egg, couple 5 egg clutches. So our average was 7 eggs for the year. Not bad. Out of 29, that's not bad. That makes pretty good numbers. So again, we have 198 animals that made it. They started feeding and they were either available to be held back or sold. Out of that 198 animals, as of right now, it looks like we're keeping 34 animals. That's our holdback for the year. So 34 out of 198, which is about 17% of our animals that we produced that are alive and ready to go. That's our holdbacks for the year. So just shy of 20% for holdbacks. 34 really ain't bad. Out of 198, there could have been a lot more. We did let go of a lot of really, really nice animals. Some I still kind of beat myself up that we got rid of, but I believe the ones that we held back are going to do a lot for us over the next couple years. So I'm really happy with that, and I believe we are a higher male yield than female yield as far as our holdbacks as well, because we have a lot of our males. They're actually not going to be breeding this year because we just don't have any plans for them. So we're probably going to move some of those out, and they'll get replaced with some of the holdbacks from this year. Now, after we take our 34 animals out of that 198, that leaves us with 164 animals. So out of that 164 animals, we currently only have 34 animals available. That means we've already sold 130 animals. Our first clutch was hatched on May 5th. So not too bad. I'd say 28 clutches, 164 available to sell, 130 animals in the last 7 months. It's not too bad, especially when you got to think that the majority of our sales happen through either what people see on Facebook or Instagram or our Morph Market. We've only done 3 shows, and out of those 3 shows, we've sold I think 5 or 6 animals. That's it. So really, that's not bad to have about 120 plus that have been sold all through Morph Market or things people have seen on Facebook and Instagram. So definitely happy with those numbers. Of the 34 that we have available, not all of those are actually listed on Morph Market at this time either. So I mean, we have probably about 6 or 7 here that out of this 34 that remain that aren't even on our Morph Market page. They just haven't made it there yet. A couple were slow feeders. Now they've all got, at least a dozen meals in them. But it was one of those where, well, we're going to sit on them. We're going to keep them. What are we going to do? So I do really need to update our Morph Market page, go through there, add the remaining animals, and, make those available. So really, we're not doing too bad. And I'm very happy with the way that this year has progressed. We've done quite well for ourselves. We've moved a lot of animals, made a lot of people happy, and that's what's great about being able to do this is we spend our time to make a lot of these beautiful animals, and then we get to turn around and offer them to you guys, and you get to have some really stunning animals for your collection, and whether it's to keep as a pet or to breed down the road. When you buy from us, you're buying not only the quality, But you know, if you're buying hets, they're all what they are because we show you guys everything we do, so you get to trust in what you're buying when you buy from us. Now, things I wanted to go over with. We had some ups and downs this year, obviously, and I'm not talking about, you know, animals that didn't make it or whatever. So some things that we missed on this year, again, sunsets didn't happen. You know, we had head-to-head, posset to posset, posset to hets, just nothing. So if you've been following the page, you know we did purchase a male banana lesser sunset visual. We already have a pewter sunset female that's growing up. So we're done with the posset game. We're done with the het game when it comes to that. We have sold some of those animals, and the ones we haven't sold, we're just gonna hold on to for right now. But yeah, it doesn't look like those were ever gonna prove out. So there's that. We did prove out. We made tri-stripes this year, which was amazing. So we had an albino het tri-stripe male to a het tri-stripe posset albino female, which is great. We actually hit an albino tri-stripe, which means she proved out to be double het, which is amazing. So that was great to do. We had a male double het albino clown to a female pastel double het albino clown. We've been growing them up since the winter of 2018. They're finally up to size. They produced this year. We got an albino clown, so couldn't be happier about that. This year we were able to take our acid project and move it into some things. We produced a handful of acid highway combos. Really amazing. Matter of fact, we're keeping all the acid highway stuff we produced. And we, like I said in the beginning of this video, we've got a couple acid. They're acid yellow belly gravel and acid orange dream yellow belly gravel. Those are on our Morph Market page. We're going to help 2 people out to get them moved into this project because we see a huge future. I mean, it's already started, but there's so much left to be done. If you've looked at any of our videos or pictures on Instagram or Facebook, you can see where we can take that highway acid project. So really cool there. We got those holdbacks. Amazing. Glad to produce not only highways for the first time, but acid stuff for the first time. We had a male that was supposedly a double het albino pied that we paired with a supposedly pastel double het albino pied. We first paired him to a known het albino. We got no albinos, so we were kind of worried about that. We paired him with this female, this pastel double het, and we got no het or no visual albinos, no visual pieds. So that was a bummer this year. Don't know if it's the male, if it's the female, if it's both, if it's pad odds. We're gonna figure that out, but as of right now, we don't know what happened there. Let's see here. Trying to think. We had a pastel yellow belly possible het clown that we paired with a clown. We got no clowns out of that. Matter of fact, we produced 0 clowns this year. We produced 0 pieds this year. Well, anyway, we did produce the albino clown, so we did get 1 clown. Other than that, we produced. That's it. We didn't produce any pieds again. So this is 3 years in a row without making a pied, and we produced no albino or no clowns, except the 1. So really, you know, our recessive projects are hurting. That's the one place where we're definitely hurting at. We invested a lot this year at Tinley in October on clown stuff. We've got some Desert Ghost stuff that females that are finally up to size. They're going to get paired this year. We're hoping to move pieds this year. Finally get some pieds. We're hoping to finally get some more clowns this year. We're going to hope to get some Desert Ghost stuff this year and more genetic stripe stuff this year. We made a lot of hets for genetic stripe. We produced, I think, 1 genetic stripe this year, which we ended up selling. We didn't hold it back. So, sorry, we produced, I think, 2 genetic stripes. We held 1 and we sold 1. So, Really, it was a year of making a lot of hets for us this year. We have some males that hopefully one or two will get to see some girls later this year. Otherwise, the females that have been growing up over the last couple of years, they're now ready, and hopefully they'll do some breeding this year, and we'll get to finally produce a lot of these recessive visuals we've been shooting for. So yeah, guys, that's kind of the way this year went. Definitely happy though. Every year we'd be progressing more and more and more, which is great. It's kind of the way it needs to go. You know, you need to go on the upswing. This year we're going to shoot for anywhere between 45 and 50 clutches. 50 being our max. We really don't want to produce any more than that. But that is where we're looking to go from here. Hopefully we get a really great year. You know, we're going to stay positive. We're going to stay pushing forward, stay moving these new projects. Hurricane this year is going to be a big project. I don't know if we're going to produce any het sunsets this year or not. It depends if this male gets up to size before all of our females are ready to go. But so sunset might be one more year. Hopefully we're going to make some more genetic stripe stuff, some more lorry stuff, obviously some more acid stuff. So a lot of really good things. Hopefully we're going to hit some pieds, some clowns, and some DG stuff. So super stoked for this year. Make sure you come back. This week's probably going to be a slow week for me because of the holiday, but I do plan to get out as many videos as possible over the next 10 days. And then once we get into 2022, we're going to start hitting it hard again, trying to bring as much content as we can. This is the slow season, so if there's anything you want to see, make sure to put that down below, and I'll try and wrap up videos for you that you guys really want to see. But right now, it's a lot of just cleaning, ultrasounding, pairing, and feeding. That's really it. You know, we're not pulling any clutches, we're not hatching any eggs. Our incubator is currently turned off. So really, this is kind of like that part of the season where it's slow and there's not a lot going on but cleaning. So if there's anything you want to see, make sure to post it down below. Otherwise, I'll do my best to make as many good videos for you guys. Take care. We appreciate your support. Check out the links down below. And until next time, have a fantastic holiday, and we'll see you soon.